So what can Shedeur do? I think it's important to see what he can do this season, because if he's good, then maybe you have your franchise quarterback.
And yet he has found himself in maybe the only situation imaginable where I would be arguing he's got to play.
He's now in a mix where he's getting more first-team reps. I want to be very interested and intrigued to see what he can do with those reps. And who knows? If he keeps performing.
Shedeur Sanders has the whole league buzzing after his eye-opening performance against the Browns' first-team defense. On his very first day lining up with the starters, he didn't just look decent. He looked like he belonged in the NFL right now. That's got analysts and insiders scrambling. Some are even calling for him to start immediately. But how did he make such a fast impact? What exactly sets Sanders apart? And is it really time to push him into a starting role already? Nick Wright didn't tiptoe around it. He boldly claimed that Shedeur Sanders should be the starter. Wright wasn't just praising his talent. He took it further, comparing Sanders to Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and Joe Flacco. And when it came to Pickett, Wright went in hard. He said Pickett's already had more than enough chances to prove he's a franchise QB, and he's blown them. In Wright's view, Pickett is holding that spot for no reason, and Sanders is the one who actually deserves it.
Because he has found himself with Kenny Pickett, who is not an NFL quarterback. He's flatly not an NFL quarterback. We have seen it every chance he's had, every opportunity he's had to play.
As for Joe Flacco, Nick Wright didn't mince words. He flat out dismissed him, saying Flacco's time in the NFL is over. Super Bowl ring or not, Wright made it clear, Flacco just doesn't have it anymore. He questioned the Browns directly. Why even keep Flacco around unless they seriously think they're making a playoff run? Wright then turned to Dillon Gabriel. He admitted Gabriel has potential, but didn't shy away from what he saw as a major problem: his size. According to Wright, Gabriel's too small to be a serious starting quarterback in the league. Sure, it's not something Gabriel can change, but Wright didn't care. He said being undersized would always hold Gabriel back from truly taking over a team. With all of that considered, Wright doubled down. Shedeur Sanders should be the one running the offense. He's performing at a high level already, and even if he wasn't, Wright hinted the Browns still might be better off giving him the reins. He still would be the one leading this team. Nick Wright didn't stop there. He even broke down the training camp stats. Sure, he admitted those numbers might not mean everything, but he also said you can't just ignore them. And every time the stats came up, Shedeur Sanders was either leading or clearly outshining the other QBs. Whether it was his completion rate, quick decision-making, or total efficiency, Sanders kept dominating across the board. Wright stressed that even though it's still early, these numbers say a lot. This wasn't about one lucky practice or a single good throw. Shedeur kept showing up, day after day, and doing what the others couldn't, staying consistent. That level of steady performance, according to Wright, is exactly why the Browns need to wake up and realize he's already ahead of the competition.
Yeah.
And the fact that whatever those training camp stats are worth, and maybe it's next to nothing, it's not nothing, and it's not 0% that they're worth, and every time we show him, he's at least in line with everybody. And so I just think there is
generally better.
I think there is.
On the other hand, Chris Broussard jumped into the debate, pushing the Browns to seriously consider what Shedeur Sanders could bring this season. Broussard didn't sugarcoat it. He flat out called for the team to throw Sanders in and see what he can do when it really counts. According to Broussard, if Sanders shows up in real games like he has in camp, he might just be the franchise QB Cleveland's been desperate for. And when it came to Dillon Gabriel, Broussard didn't hold back. He said clearly, Gabriel is not the guy. In Broussard's view, Gabriel looks more like a lifelong backup, not someone capable of leading a team. He doubted Gabriel had the skill or presence to go up against first-team defenses and actually deliver. And Broussard wasn't just speaking for himself. He pointed out that the Browns' own actions show they don't see Gabriel as a starter either. That, to him, confirmed the team doesn't believe Gabriel is the long-term answer under center.
I agree with Haslam in that obviously you need to see what your rookies can do. And I do think they think of Gabriel as like a backup, like a career backup maybe.
Garrett Bush, meanwhile, focused on how much Shedeur Sanders has grown during training camp. According to Bush, Sanders hasn't just improved on the field. He's shown serious maturity off it too. Even when he wasn't getting as many reps as the other QBs, Sanders stayed locked in, stayed professional, and handled the media better than guys twice his age. Bush said that kind of leadership isn't normal for a rookie. It's rare. But it's not just about how Sanders carries himself. Bush brought up the injury situation that's already affecting the team, saying it could force the Browns to give Sanders more first-team reps whether they plan to or not. With guys going down and the depth chart shifting, Bush made it clear, Sanders is about to get more chances, and the more he gets, the harder it'll be to deny him that starting role.
You know, I've been at camp every single day. I got a lot of respect because his game has really stepped up. He's shown a lot of growth in knowledge of the playbook, shown some maturity, handled not getting reps very well. Everything he's asked in the press conference, he's answered well. And now, with injuries, because things happen.
The Browns can't ignore it much longer. Shedeur Sanders is making his case loud and clear. This QB battle is just getting started. Subscribe now for breaking updates, bold takes, and full coverage of the Sanders takeover.